Hi, I'm Terry Schmidt. I'm with Beth Branning, who's the Chief Strategy Officer for San Diego Zoo Global. We're at the Association for Strategic Planning Annual Conference, and your organization has just won a major award for excellence in strategic planning. Tell me, why does the zoo need to have strategic planning?
First of all, it's a business, something that we struggle with, that we have to maintain this healthy balance between trying to do the good work of our mission and stay on point with that conservation work, which pulls us in the sort of the opposite direction from being able to be financially sustainable and continue to make money.
So a trade-off among different goals and objectives.
Yeah, I see it as a balance, not a trade-off, but yeah. So the strategic plan helps us to maintain alignment between those two, so they're balanced.
Great.
We have to balance return on mission with return on investment. And if someone comes to us with an initiative, we make sure that it has both those things, a return on investment, or at least doesn't lose money, and then a return on mission as well. And if something doesn't meet both those criteria, then we adjust it in order to make it work on both dimensions. We also have an animal welfare component that puts animals at the top. Animals are the most important thing to our organization. So we use an evidence-based animal welfare system to make sure we're providing the best care possible. Then we also make sure that we're doing the best job we can with connecting with all of our stakeholders and making sure that we get people to take action for conservation.
Give me a sense of the size and scope of the organization.
We have 3,500 employees. It's actually San Diego Zoo Global, which encompasses our zoo, a safari park, and then conservation efforts around the world.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is probably the lynx. That's sort of the token animal of our strategic plan. We've branded it as the lynx. Our vision is to become a world leader at connecting people to wildlife and conservation, and connecting is like linking, but it's spelled L-Y-N-X because we're all about animals.
You're active in the Association for Strategic Planning.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that. How did that help you become excellent at what you do?
I've learned a lot about strategic planning from being involved in going to conferences over the years, and also I'm involved with the San Diego chapter. I'm on their board. Being able to learn from other practitioners, to have that networking where you have somebody that you can call and say, hey, how does this work, is really valuable. Just some people to call when you need to bounce ideas off. Nonprofits do have their own specific needs, and it's great to have people to network with.
Well, the award you won, I believe it's called the Richard Goodman Award.
Right.
And tell me about the process of preparing for that. How does one win an award?
Extensive, yeah. They have you distill it down to, I think it was 12 pages plus attachments, but it's to tell the entire story of the impact that you have is really difficult. So you really have to think through, how to best articulate what the impact has been, the impact for us, as well as the impact that our different stakeholder groups are seeing, and the process that we went through with our strategic plan, and then the results we've seen.
But what is the primary impact?
I think one of the key things is our branding change, and also to understand that we are a global organization and we do all this conservation work. And so we rebranded in accordance with our strategy to become San Diego Zoo Global, so people would see that global connection, and then rebranded the Wild Animal Park as the Safari Park, and really focused on safari experiences to differentiate it from the zoo, and also to show people that they can have an entirely different experience every time they go there. And that's been very successful, which in turn makes more money for conservation. All of our excess funds above the operation go back into our conservation efforts.
If you were to give our listeners some points of advice, 2 or 3 top things to keep in mind to become excellent, what would those be?
At strategic planning, I guess just making sure that you facilitate alignment. I say not every time, but over time.
Okay.
I make sure that we include that kind of thinking in every process that goes on at San Diego Zoo Global, so that every decision we make has that strategic thought in mind. And I also think that it's really important that you have really good stretch goals, but that they're realistic. Having a goal that is impossible doesn't help anybody, so making sure that it's something that you can attain. And then, like I say, working for it over time, consistently. And we use facilitation as a tool to make sure that happens in all of our key meetings with our board and our executive team. All of the endangered species have a species survival plan that's part of a global effort to make sure that that species has a healthy genetic diversity and a sustainable process. Some of those SSPs, or species survival plans, have come to me and asked if I would help them create a strategic plan around those species. So far we've created them for a number of species. A lot of different animals that really need help have been able to take advantage of strategic planning to make a future for themselves. So it's
create your own future.
Yeah, it really makes me feel good.
Because organizations create their own future through strategic planning, and animals do it too.
That's right.
Now you mentioned wild animals, right? Which is really the party animals of the group? Which are the wild ones?
The strategic planners.
The strategic planners, excellent. Great. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Be strategic, think big, plan smart, act fast, and get great results.